To kick off the video, I would like to start by making a huge announcement. I have new decor for the room. It was free. It's mine. I found it fair and square. In celebration for the new addition to the office, I thought I would stray away from all the Nintendo stuff we've been doing the past couple of videos to bring you the top 20 best road signs you can see on the road while you're driving around. In the US anyways. I don't know if these actually exist all over the world. I just know they exist at least in the US, so that's where I live and that's what's important. So with that, before I get the list started, let me clarify that I'm doing commonly found signs. Things like stop signs, stuff like that. You're gonna see them all over the place. I'm not talking like the one-off funny signs you're gonna see in Penis Town, all right? I'm talking signs that you're gonna see wherever you're driving. Although those signs are very funny and deserve their own list, so if you think that I should make a video on that, then let me know in the comments and maybe I'll end up doing that. Just a heads up, this is probably gonna be a shorter video. I was spending the last few days studying for a calc exam that I had this weekend, so I was really stressed out trying to get that all figured out, but I still wanted to get a video released for you guys, so I just did something that was gonna be quick and fun and didn't require too much brain power. I hope you guys enjoy that. I'll get back to like my normal stuff after this video. Starting off with the 20th and last place on this list, we have do not enter signs. Every time I see one of these, I just get angry. It's clearly a road. I drive on roads everywhere else. Why can't I drive this way on this road? Who are they to say that I can't enter right there? I'm an American, baby. I can enter where I want to enter. Also, the design is pretty boring. I mean, it's literally just a circle with a line in it. Or if they're feeling a little extra, they'll actually put the words do not enter on the sign. Not a fan of the sign. Just let me go where I want to go and we won't have an issue. At number 19, we have no turn on red signs. Why do these even exist? One of the best parts about red lights is the fact that you can go up to it and still be able to turn right if there's no oncoming traffic. It's always the best feeling when you can just drive past a giant line of traffic, pull up and check, and then just turn right and keep going while everybody just has to stare at you in envy because you get to go and they have to wait for the next 15 minutes. Then they just randomly decided to throw these signs in there and ruin the whole flow of things. I swear I see these things at the most random lights imaginable. It's never the super busy lights where there's people there all the time. It's always the random lights that you just stumble across in the middle of nowhere where there's nobody else. It never fails that when I see one of those signs, I end up being forced to sit at a red light that I could easily turn at while I stare the other way and see not a soul coming down the road. Pointless sign, they need to go. All right, editor Nathan here. As you can tell by the glasses, I actually completely forgot to record number 18. Number 18 was one-way signs, and basically I was just angry because I was talking about how basically there have been plenty of times where if I could just turn down a one-way road, I would get to my destination faster. It's really all it was. It was just a petty rant again, like most of these are. But all right, back to the video. At number 17, we have no parking signs. While all no parking signs are annoying, in this specific scenario, I'm kind of talking about the little rectangle ones that you see on the side of the road. I can't tell you how many times I'll be driving down the street, passing like 100 cars that are all parked on the side of the road, and finally when I find a spot to park, there's the little sign waiting for me just to slap me in the face and be like, you can't actually park here. I have to say though, it's not all the sign's fault for it being this low on the list. It would probably be higher if it wasn't for the fact that public parking is so dang expensive. No, I actually don't want to pay $20 every time I have to park my car, thank you very much. In the 16th spot, we have stop signs. Probably the most common sign you'll see while you're driving around. The worst is when you're driving through like a small town or something like that, and you just get hit with stop sign after stop sign after stop sign. Pull up to one stop sign, you start going, and before you can even hit like 5 miles an hour, you're already stopping at the next one. Also, I kind of think we need to send everybody back to driver's ed. I don't think anybody remembers how to use a four-way stop. If you get there first, you go first, and then you follow the pattern. It's not that hard. I'm sorry. I just had a bad experience early this week. I don't need to take my anger out and vent it on you guys. But seriously, how in the world? In my personal opinion, there's a much better sign that we're gonna see way later on in this list that would just solve every issue. At number 15, we have roundabout signs. I don't really have too much to say for this sign. It's kind of just a nothing burger of a sign. It always used to confuse me as a kid because I thought at first it meant recycling. And in my little kid brain, I was like, what am I supposed to be recycling? There's nothing to recycle. I'm not ashamed to admit I was a dumb kid. That's all right. You had kids doing multiplication and division in kindergarten. You had me eating grass on the side of the playground. What's wrong with that? Other than that, they're blue. At number 14, we have slow down signs. I hate these signs because if I'm driving, odds are I'm trying to go as fast as I possibly can. Most of the time when you see these, it means like a sharp turn is coming. And when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, I want to see how fast I can take the turn. Is that stupid? Yes. Am I probably going to die because of it? Yes. Am I going to stop doing it? Absolutely not. It's too fun. That's kind of why I have them higher than the rest of the signs on this list, is because instead of getting mad when I see the sign, I just kind of take it as a challenge to see how fast I can actually go. Is there a good reason that the slow down sign is there? Probably. But wouldn't it be really cool if I did it really fast instead? I'm just saying. At number 13, we have road closed signs. While they're annoying to run into, they're not usually permanent. Eventually, the road is gonna open back up, so it's really not that big a deal. However, just randomly running into one of these, going somewhere that you've never been before, is unbelievably annoying. Then you gotta find a new route, and the new route's probably gonna be longer, and then you're gonna be late to where you're trying to go, and then you're gonna try to go really fast to get there on time, and then you're gonna get pulled over by the police and have to get a speeding ticket, and then you're gonna show up late anyways, and then everybody's gonna get mad at you. Can you tell that this has happened to me before? Can you tell this is a true story that I had to deal with this? Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell or not. I say instead of completely closing the roads, let's just put a sign that says drive at your own risk, and then just let drivers do whatever they want. If they see a torn down bridge and they decide, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I say we let them go for it. I don't see the problem. On one hand, maybe they get to make it to their destination faster because they find a way. On the other hand, we weed out the Neanderthals. I think it's a win-win. In the 12th spot, we have everybody's mortal enemy, speed limit signs. Oh, the speed limit's 55? Wrong. It's 65. Oh, the speed limit's 25? Nope. 35. Guys, these are speed suggestions, not speed limits. I live by a very simple rule. Towns, cities, suburban areas, other big populated areas like that, you go 5 over. Country roads and out in the middle of nowhere, 10 over. And interstates and highways, 15 over, or the flow of traffic. If traffic's going 50 over, then you also go 50 over. Kids, write that down. You're gonna wanna use that when you're able to drive. Just missing out of the top 10 at number 11, we have watch for falling rock signs. I think the design of the sign is pretty neat with the triangle and having the rocks falling off the cliff. It's pretty unique for a road sign. However, that's pretty much all the sign has going for it because I don't think this sign has ever been useful. At least not to me anyways. I've never found this sign useful at all. I have in fact never seen rocks fall when I seen this sign. So until that day comes, the sign is just false advertising. I kind of wish the rocks would fall though, because then it would be kind of like Mario Kart, and I think that would be kind of sick. Cracking open the top 10, we have railroad crossing signs. I'm gonna be honest, I have basically nothing to say on these guys. Their design is good, I guess, and they're pretty unique. That's pretty much it. The only reason I have them here is because they're kind of the perfect turning point to go from the signs that I don't like to the signs that I do like. So all the signs from here on out are gonna be signs that I like in some way, shape, or form. At number 9, we have lane ending signs. I used to hate these signs because, like, why can't we just keep the lane going? Why don't we just have a third lane open all the time? And while I still think that that would be the best possible outcome, I have to say that I see these signs with an entirely new light now. There are very, very few signs in this world that give you the go-ahead to just floor it and drive as fast as humanly possible without getting in trouble. You see that sign on the side of the road, bam, you're going. We're driving as fast as humanly possible up the highway, looking for the next gap in the traffic next to us. And once we find that gap, we go right in there, fit right in. Boom, find the hole, we get in there. And if anybody gets mad at you, you just gotta be like, hey man, sign said the lane was ending. I had to merge, sorry, not my fault. When you see a sign that gives you permission to go really fast, you have to take it at any cost. At number 8, we have curvy road signs, winding road signs. I don't really know what the proper name for these are. And I don't know about all of you, but I'm a big fan of winding roads. They are a lot more fun than straight roads, and they really just spice it up, giving you something else to do on your trip. That's why when I see this sign, I get really excited. Every time I see one, I gotta lock in, prepare for the turns, and just throw my hands up like I'm on a roller coaster going back and forth as I go through the turns. I also really like the design of the sign with the squiggly arrow. I don't really know why. I just kind of think the squiggly arrow is kind of funny to me. In the 7th slot, we have deer crossing signs. These signs are especially great when you see them at night because it takes the dull, boring act of driving and immediately turns it into a horror game. It's honestly kind of scary how accurately these signs are placed sometimes. Almost every time I see one of these signs, a deer shows up eventually. The only thing different about each sign is when the deer is gonna show up. Knock on wood, I still have yet to hit a deer, but I have had countless close calls. The amount of times I get jump scared by these suckers is absolutely insane. Screw FNAF, screw Poppy's Playtime. If you see a deer crossing sign, you better lock the frick in. Just outside the top 5, we have bike lane signs at number 6. These things are a godsend. Every time I see a bike on the road, I get angry. I get hostile, get mean. What are you doing on my road? You belong on the bike path, get off. However, bike lanes give us the best of both worlds. I can drive while not having to worry about seeing them in my lane, and they get to live out their dream of riding the bike on the road. Now, do bikers always use the bike lane? Absolutely not, and it infuriates me, but that's a rant for another day. Kicking off the top 5 with basically just a straight up upgrade to the last sign, we have no bikes allowed signs. Finally, heaven. Pure bliss. Instead of saying, fine, here, have your own lane, we get to say, get out of here, pesky bikers, this is my road. Roads are for big, awesome cars and trucks, not puny little pieces of metal scrap like bicycles. I really have no reason to be being this hostile towards bikers. I don't have that much of an issue with them. I just had a run-in the other day with a really annoying biker, and now I'm venting my anger. I'm sorry to bikers around the world. I'm not trying to throw hands. Blame the guy that was in front of me yesterday that was driving me nuts. At number 4, we have interstate signs. These are perfect decoration signs. They have a great design. They have a great color scheme. They come with basically any number you can think of. Not a lot of signs get to be that creative with how they're shaped and how they're colored and what they say. Every other sign is almost always in like a circle or a triangle or some sort of square or diamond. However, I do think there is one more sign that is better in this category, that being number 3, state route signs. These are the peak of sign designs. The black and white color scheme is perfect. Being shaped like a sheriff's badge is perfect. Everything about these signs is just perfect. Neither the state route signs or the interstate signs have really too much substance in terms of actually like when you're driving. They just kind of tell you what road you're on. But I can't get past how perfect they are to be decorations. I personally don't have any in my room. Well, not at this house anyway. I think that everyone should get at least 1 or 2 of these signs though. I mean, there's literally no excuse not to. They're free and you can find them all over the place. All you gotta do is just take your bolt cutters, go and grab one for yourself. Okay, legally I can't actually tell you to do that, so please don't go do that. That was a joke. In the 2nd place spot, we have speed bump signs. Anyone that actually considers these to be speed bumps, I feel so bad for you because you are living in a life that is blind from the truth. These are not speed bumps. These are ramps. You see this sign, you go as fast as you can and hit that ramp with as much speed as you can possibly get. Then while you're flying flying through the air, maybe hit them with a little trick, hit them with a little woohoo like they do in Mario Kart. The only problem is I feel like speed bumps are usually in front of schools. You might hit a kid during the process of doing all this, which isn't the best. Who am I kidding? It's just part of the fun. Plus, if you just tell the police that you were just trying to do something really cool, they'd probably understand. And finally, we have the best road sign you can find on the road, the yield sign. These things take all of the problems from the past signs at the bottom of the list and just completely fix them. You don't have to fully stop your car. All you gotta do is check and make sure that nobody's coming from the opposite way to T-bone you. And as long as it's safe, you're good to go. And you do all this while you're moving. It's faster, it's smoother, it feels better. It's just all around the best way to go about doing it all. Not to mention that the sign design is also better than all of those signs. The upside down triangle with the red and white color scheme, they look great on the walls and you can find them really easily. And they're still free. Once again, a joke. Please don't take me seriously. I vote that we just replace all stop signs with yield signs. I know. It's a great idea, I know. I will be running for president when I turn 35, whenever that is. I don't really know how far away that is. Yield signs make a better driving experience. And with that, I have made the only objectively correct list when it comes to ranking street signs. For the record, I should probably state that most of this is a joke. I don't do all of these reckless things. I just think it's really funny to say that I do. I'm actually just a scared driver. At any moment, I feel like my car is going to explode and I'm going to die. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out knowing that you like the content that I'm making. And let me know down in the comments if I should make that other video that I talked about in the intro, because there are some very funny signs that I stumbled across. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go lay down, maybe write the script for my next video. I don't really know, but I'm done with this one, so